What up, everyone? Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew Don't Get It Twisted Lapachet, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you once more for joining us. Alrighty, thank you for stopping by on this lovely Sunday evening. Chances are you'll see this a little bit later on in the day, but it is Sunday evening here in magnificent Viva Las Vegas. It is finally starting to cool down even more so. Definitely starting to feel the fall kicking in, having some gorgeous fucking sunsets. I mean, some gorgeous fucking sunsets. So I'm definitely very, very happy that we're starting to get into the cooler season. And it's about damn time because, I can only take so much of this heat. And I'm sure you guys already know the summers tend to drag around here in Vegas. But that does not mean that things aren't cooking and hot in the boxing news, because there definitely is plenty of stuff that we want to be talking about, that we're going to be talking about tonight in particular. Everything from what in the hell happened at the Omaha, Nebraska parade with one Terence Crawford, to the absolute fiasco that took place in an exhibition fight between Acelino, Freitas and Wanderlei Silva. On top of that, a fight announcement we might get. It seems as though we're going to get Cruz, Pitbull, and Lamont Roach later this year. All right, damn. I'm telling you, it seems as though the end of the year is going to be pretty popping hot, even though it's starting to cool off because of the season. That don't mean that's the boxing news and boxing in general isn't going to be nice and hot and spicy, because there is plenty to talk about. In addition to that, a certain somebody might be really, really calling it a career in Tank Davis after this fight with Jake Paul. So are we you're gonna believe him? Is it gonna be just one of those bluff things? I guess one of those Tyson, what's his name? Damn, what the fuck is it? Yeah, Tyson. Gosh, I'm already forgetting his fucking last name. Fury, for fuck's sake, Tyson Fury. One of those kind of retirements, for crying out loud, where like, I'm retired, no, I'm back, I'm retired, no, I'm back. But are we gonna get one of those out of Tank? I don't know. We're gonna talk about that here tonight. But before I get into all of those details, Andrew, what's going on, dude? How was your Sunday evening going?
Hey, what's up, Miguel? You had so many questions. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I won't answer them. We'll go through them again.
Yes.
Sunday's the same Sunday that I've been having for the last 30 years, man. Around this time, the Raiders take a defeat.
I
didn't have to watch it. I was able to watch the Niners take a defeat today, so that kind of balanced it out. You know what I mean? It was like,
all right.
And we were in the lead. Actually, I hear we lose at the end of the game. Me and Junior, we didn't watch we didn't want to watch the score, the highlights coming on game breaks, because we were trying to watch it at the end when they do the big highlight show, and we end up fucking up and seeing one of the scores at the end. Yeah, it's very hard to stay away from that.
It's hard to avoid that. Yeah.
So the Raiders lose. I think I think the game-winning field goal was blocked at the house. Yeah, it's one of those endings for us. One of those real sock you in your stomach as you walk out of the stadium type shit. You know what I mean? Make you question your life, and why you're a Raider fan.
Yeah.
How many times you're going to have this experience walking out of this stadium. Just
driving home with a knot in your stomach.
Same shit, same shit, different Sunday. Different city, different Sunday. So yeah, that happened, but whatever. Watched a little UFC last night. Don't remember the guys' names. They were cool.
Yeah, fights for fights. Huh? I haven't actually seen all of them. I do know the winners, of course, because again, it's hard to avoid it. Happen to be on my phone and I see it, but I haven't seen the whole fights, all of the fights. But I heard it was some.
One of them was like a very WWE-ish ending.
Did you
see the submission one where he was kind of pulling on the chin? Is that real?
Yeah.
Or were they playing? Was that some boycott on mixed martial arts?
No. That's how you do it, yo.
Damn.
Yeah, because like it's actually it's actually kind of a choke. It's not the choke the way you normally do it here. You see how like the head will be on like the bend of the arm, but it will be as if this is the bend of the arm. You just do it this way as opposed to doing it here. So it is.
That was nice.
Yeah. It's pretty smooth. You don't see that too often. And sometimes with with guys with gloves, it's hard to get it in there. So as long as it's already there, it's like, fuck it, just crank.
Then the main event might have a superstar in the making, right?
Yes.
The guy had some good power, put his punches together. Looked like he could sell a ticket or two. We will see
And
that.
that weight class next weekend is going to have a major pay-per-view, UFC pay-per-view here at T-Mobile, which unfortunately, which I'll talk about in a second, I won't actually be in town. But that weight class, Alex Pereira and the guys and Kaleo, if I can never pronounce the last name, they're fighting for the title. And that weight class is the same one that the potential superstar that we
Now
saw.
I'm interested, Miguel. We won't go too much into it, but I watched the Pereira video of him in the jungle right now doing I called it voodoo. I'm American, bro. Anything that's not Christian, we're like, I don't know, witchcraft. I don't know. What do we call this?
Yeah. We say it in Spanish. We're like, brujeria.
Okay, so it's the same. All right, so it's the same, right?
Yeah.
What do we call what he was doing? They were like, the party I was at, they weren't all offended, but they were like, it's not voodoo. I was like, well, bro, hey, look, don't knock me. I'm American, bro. It's either it's Christian or it's evil. It's the devil. It was made by the devil.
Right. It's either that or demonic, and I don't want any part of it.
Mama told me, was that Adam Sandler movie? Mama said. But hey, he went on a winning streak the last time he did this. So
all right.
Oh yeah,
they're saying that mentality.
Yeah, they're saying last time Pierre did this ritual that he went on a 3-fight winning streak. So we'll see what happens from him in this one.
Well, he's got to get his belt back because he's not the champ. He lost it last time, right? This is the rematch. He's gonna try to get it back. But I'll be lying if it doesn't say if I said it didn't warm my heart to hear that you're watching some UFC fights. So I thought I'd throw that in there. All right. Well, I'm gonna kick it. Oh, by the way, guys, as I mentioned briefly just a few moments ago, unfortunately, fortunately, I will not be in town next weekend because I will be going on the topic of witchcraftery. I'm going to be traveling to Boston, Massachusetts, or Salem in particular, next weekend because I'm a fan of horror, and I'm going to go find this. I'm going to go take a look at whatever festivities they got for the Salem witch trial celebration that they have every October, yada yada. I'm gonna go with my chickadee next weekend. So I won't be back until Monday, and probably later on at night. So we will most likely be recording Wednesday. So just a heads up, chances are we're going to be recording Wednesday because I won't be in town for that. I'll be out over there on the West Coast. And if you happen to spot me at these Salem, oh gosh, my camera again.
Exactly. That's Jesus.
Oh, geez, don't say that. Don't be saying that shit. And be like, this is what the fuck you get, fool. That's what you get. You want to go play with fire, motherfucker? We're about to promote that. Let's go. Yeah. But we'll be recording next Wednesday is what I'm trying to say at the end of all of this before I'm going to go throw some salt over my shoulder and go say a prayer before I go to bed tonight. But that was just a heads up from y'all. So let's get into it while my camera focuses. Here we go. All right. So we had some pretty crazy news this morning. The undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, #1 pound for pound, and with the law this weekend, not the kind that we would anticipate, mind you. I mean, every time we hear some boxer or some fighter involved with the law, it's some bullshit, some crazy, he got into a fight with somebody. Devin Haney tried to smash somebody or something like that, right? But apparently there was some sort of incident that took place after the parade. There was a parade held for Crawford in Omaha, Nebraska, celebrating his victory over Canelo Alvarez, becoming the undisputed champion in super middleweight and 3 division, right? Undisputed. So afterwards, it seems though he was driving a little erratically, reckless driving, it turns out, and he was pulled over. And when pulled over, turns out that the police officer that did pull him over saw or heard or was somehow found out that there was a gun in there, and he had to basically ask everybody in the car to exit the car at gunpoint. So turns out, every gun in there was very legal. There was I got a screenshot here on my phone to kind of explain what was going on. This is from the Omaha Police Department. So let me go ahead and read it here. Let's see here. Mayor Ewing, Chief Schmader, I think if I can pronounce that right, order review of the traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford, Sunday, the 28th of September, 2025. Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd, I cannot pronounce his last name, Schmader, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding a traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief Schmaderer has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. For safety, all four occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. A police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So that's pretty much what went down. There is a video circulating of the officer holding the flashlight, holding the gun right to our beloved undisputed super middleweight champion and ordering him out of the car here. So it seems as though it might just have been, hey, a mere citation for reckless driving. I don't know. I mean, they haven't said anything about him being under the influence of any sort of alcohol or anything like that. So as of right now, it's just merely reckless driving because ultimately everybody who had a firearm in the car had it legally and the proper permits. But damn, what a way to wake up on Sunday morning, huh, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, look, how do I approach this one? He had warned us earlier in the day that he asked the mayor if those keys got him out of everything. Did you see that video?
I did not know.
So they kind of brought this on themselves. I'm just saying. You gave him the keys. You told him it was the key to the city, and then he gets in trouble in the city, and now you're mad at Terence? Come on. Look. The cop, I've seen the video, Miguel. I think if he thought Terence Crawford was reaching for a gun, it would have been a different situation. I think that cop. I think the situation needs to be looked at.
Okay.
About what was going on, why they pulled the champ who had just received the keys of the city a few hours before that was pulled out of the same city by gunpoint. Basically telling Terence Crawford, you ain't shit, is what that cop told him. Get the fuck out of the car. You ain't got no key in my city. That's what I seen in that video. Now, listen, everyone's going to go, oh, well, he had a gun. He had a gun. Listen, the guns are legal. Those cops know those athletes carry guns. You don't think that fucking cop... Stop. I can't judge, right? I shouldn't say that fucking cop. I don't mean it like that, you guys. But you don't think, I mean, seriously, you don't think that the guy knew there was a gun in the car? When he types in the license plate number and it says, right to carry, Terence Crawford, permit. Oh, there's going to be a gun in the car. We don't need it. We don't need it. Think about that. So, gun comes out. Excuse me, I need you to step out of the car. You see how nice he's saying it? Right? Because he knows there's one in there. Terence hasn't reached.
But isn't that protocol? No, isn't that protocol though? Like even if it's legal to have it, is that not because he's gonna protect himself?
He's the champ, Miguel. He's the champ with the keys to the fucking city. You don't need to pull him out by a gun. Terence Crawford isn't shooting no cop on a damn traffic stop and speeding away. Let me tell you, there is no reason to be worried about the man who just received the keys of the city in the biggest fight of his life shooting you and driving off. But they're going to stick behind that. And I get it, bro. He's going to stick behind, I want to go home to my kids. And
he was playing it by the book, right?
Exactly. But I hope he is investigated because of course there was a gun in the car. It's Terence fucking Crawford. It says it right when you type in his license plate.
And his security team. They too. Everything legal there, it should be at least. So he was initially stopped because he was recklessly driving.
Yes.
The keys to the city doesn't let you off the hook for driving recklessly.
And I've never been pulled out of a car for that though either.
No, you never been dragged out of the shit. Like, get the fuck
No,
out.
you get a ticket. It's an expensive ticket. It's an infraction. You're
Which he
getting
was
a point.
cited for. Which
Maybe
he was
two.
cited for, according to this.
You know what? Can reckless driving get you pulled out? It might. And sound. You know what? It might. With certain cops, it might. Because I guess you're doing donuts or something like that.
Well, they didn't specify how reckless. Like, was he
Exactly.
doing that
I
shit?
heard
Was
it
he
might have
like peeling out or something?
Or it could have been speeding. I also heard he was doing 100 miles. But listen, people, this is chat room shit. Don't know if it's real. Could have been doing 100. Maybe if the cop is mad at enough, if he thinks you put enough people's lives in danger, maybe it does warrant a pull out of the car. Right? So listen, all I'm saying, Terence Crawford's rich. I'd have my lawyer look into it, talk to a few people. I want all the cameras. I want the camera off the cop. I want the camera off the dashboard. I want to see what he was doing recklessly that made him think, oh no, I need to pull this car over and grab this driver right now, you know, because I want it all, because he did embarrass the shit out of a man who just received a key to the car. I mean, what a slap in the face to Terence Crawford. Did you hear him say, "Mama, Grandma, we made it"?
No,
and only for. Oh, you didn't hear that part?
No, I hear that part. No.
Yeah, in his speech, bro. He starts.
Okay, my bad. I thought you meant like right then. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No.
At the parade or
when
whatever.
he's getting the keys. When he
gets
the key. I keep saying keys, with the key to the city. He goes, "Mama, Grandma, we made it. Step out of the car, please. Put your hands up."
Well, that's what he meant. It's like when you get pulled over by a cop, Mom, that means you made it. That means you're famous now. That's what I'm saying. That's what he's actually trying to say. Like, Mom,
I don't want to laugh. It's so touchy. It's so fucking touchy what happened out there. Terrence, I hope you did warrant that gun in your face and the pull out, and it wasn't someone trying to put you back into your place, right? Mm-hmm. Acting like they're putting you back in your place. I hope it wasn't that.
Yeah, right.
But Miguel, I got to think that if I seen a gun on a floorboard and I'm thinking the person's reaching, it's not going to be, "Can you step out of the car, please? Yeah, I need you to step out of the car."
What is, like, okay, you legally can carry a firearm, right? According to this right here. So you have it on you. I don't remember seeing or like, I don't know if they got to the point, the officer, where he asked the driver, Terence, if because usually that does happen, right? Do you have any firearms, or do you have any weapons on you, whatever? And they'll ask you. You're like, yeah, I got one in my, driver's side, whatever the fuck, right? I don't know if they even got to that point, but regardless, he sees it. He knows, I mean, obviously when they pull you over, before they even approach you, they're already running your plates. So you know who it is, right? And I would have to assume they knew ahead of time. It seemed unnecessary to go that far. Like, all right, you have the gun, cool, all right? You're permitted to have it. So what the fuck is the point of me asking you to get the fuck out? Like, I know you have it legally.
In the manner that he did it, I don't like. If he would have stepped out of his car and said, "Driver, I need you to put your hands out," that shows me that, yeah, that cop knew he was trying to protect himself. He knows there's a gun in the car. He doesn't care who the driver is. He's going to do the way this cop walks up and puts a gun like in the window. "I need you to step out of the car." Damn, it just seemed like one of those bad movie scenes, right? Where he's going to be, Terrence has the teardrop as he's being handcuffed. He's like, "Just remember who you are, boy." It seemed like that movie. What is it? Boys in the Hood? Is that when it was a black cop? But isn't the black cop roughing up the guys?
Yeah. Like, he's on his high horse over here, thinking like, "I'm better than you, motherfucker." I remember. Yeah, I want. Was it that one? Was it Boys in the Hood? It wasn't. Menace to Society. Was it Menace to Society?
Ooh, that's a good one too. Damn it.
I don't remember which scene it was, but it's Yeah,
that's a good call. It might have been Menace to Society. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. That's what it felt like, Miguel. Mm-hmm. When you watch the video, that's what it looks like I'm seeing. Like I said, that's why they have cameras on his chest. That's why there's a camera on the dashboard. That's why, hey, Terrence, they're going to pull the cameras on the street. The mayor's involved in this. Mm-hmm. The mayor's going to he's got to, if I'm Terence Crawford, I will see how Terrence feels about it, right, in the next few days. If Terrence blows it off, then you know our boy was doing 100 and something miles an hour, and he just wants the shit to go away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if he's mad and he presses for why was there a gun, and who knows who's in the car? Terrence has many kids. Were there kids in the car? Were there all?
I think it was his security team, according to what it was saying. His security team. Yeah, that statement from these people. It says the drivers are lessons, and that one passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, who was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. So at least one other person in that vehicle was a security team. Anybody else, I don't know.
All right. Yeah. So we know that there were all adults in the vehicle. They all had registered firearms. Still think it would have been played different if that cop was really worried about his safety. That's why he was approaching the car like that. And then I also think it would have sounded different if that cop approached the car and said, "Oh shit, he's reaching for a gun." Because it sounds like Terrence says, "I'm not reaching for a gun." They have that like in a quote in one of the videos, like he's saying that. And I don't see the body language of the cop acting like someone's reaching for a gun. So most of the time, you're not able to complete that reach. If a cop sees a gun and thinks you're going for it, most of the time that's game over right there.
They're full of lead at that point.
Hey, maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key. That guy, he gave him that split second. Who knows? Maybe the cop's gonna go, man. He's lucky I didn't pull the trigger on the first time I thought he was reaching. So who knows? Like I said, that's why I shouldn't have been all, gotta breathe. You gotta let it play out. But damn, it sucks to say, Mom, I made it. And an hour later, you have a gun in your face by the city police officer. That just sucks. It's a bad look.
So what you're saying and what you're thinking is the cop really wasn't truthfully in fear of his life or her life because of the way he approached the car initially, but then once he saw it was Terrence is like, "Oh boy, I'm gonna check your ass," like that is okay.
Yeah, it was Boys in the Hood or Man Society. Someone needs to get the scenes and then put Terrence Crawford's head on the Ricky.
Yeah, I hope our listeners aren't that young that they're like, "What the fuck is this guy? Is it a scary movie? Does it have Marlon Wayans?" Like, I'm sorry, no, bro. No, I'm hoping people are our age, early 40s, that we know.
That happened to me. I was at the gym, and I told my sons, for some reason, we're going, what are they saying? Can I use the bathroom, Sergeant, sir? Right? On Full Metal Jacket, the movie. Yeah, how they talk, how they ask questions. They were doing that to me, and they were like, "Why are they doing that?" And I go, "Full Metal Jacket." And the guy just looks at me. I go, "Full Metal Jacket, bro. You ever seen the movie?" "No, Full Metal Jacket."
Madre. Me love you a long time. That doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I said, go home and you should probably watch that movie, dude.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those instances myself. So now I'm just like, man, 10 years ago, these jokes were landing. All these fucking references were landing. And now I'm like, fuck, ain't nobody know the fuck flock of sequels is. Like, the fuck the hell am I that old? Jesus Christ. I'm living longer than I should be at this point. But yeah, that definitely does suck for Terrence. I mean, it's earlier that day, he's being celebrated by everybody in the town. Now he's getting pulled the fuck over. And he was cited at the end of the day, right? So he ended up receiving a citation for reckless driving. I don't know, it doesn't specify how much that is, but maybe they apologize to him for that, and then maybe they let him off the hook, and they're like, all right, no more of that, please. No more of that dangerous driving, whatever it is you were doing, donuts or street racing or whatever it is you were doing with your homies. But
this guy had just walked out in Nebraska in one of their biggest football games. Did you see that?
Oh, yes, that's right. Did he have the ring belt? Did he have the ring belt with him? Or I forgot what it was. Yeah.
Bro, there's a public apology that Terrence deserves here from the city chief police or whatever. Like, those guns are legal. Those guns are on the computer. He's Terence Crawford. He's not a bank robber. He's not a thug. Terence Crawford doesn't have a record of shooting people.
Although he has been shot.
What were you thinking to that officer, right? Like, bro, why are you doing that? We just had the best promoting of Nebraska that we've had in a while, right? He's put us on the map. And then you go and do this to us. Oh yeah, he probably gonna get an earful tomorrow morning when he walks into the station.
I'll be like, hand over your badge. You're suspended. Like,
hey, we just gotta investigate, right? We need to make sure this was all honest, and you're not just some fucking douchebag out here with the badge, right? So
we literally just put Omaha, Nebraska on the
hey,
map, and the guy who did,
you go to his page. He has a Canelo hat. Oh
yeah,
damn! They don't have it in
yeah,
social media, bro.
it's like a picture of the money he put on him, like the ticket of the fucking bet that he put on fucking Canelo, some shit
No
like that.
boxing, no
Yes,
boxing, no life.
I
Just
know,
all of
right?
these fucking photos.
Oh no, and then a picture of him like with a fucking signing at a boxing expo. Oh man, clearly we know whose side he was on. Damn it to hell. He's over here writing the citation like those scorecards were way too wide. Terrence, I don't know. Here you go. Here's the ticket, motherfucker. This is what the fuck you get for those damn scorecards to be so damn wide. Oh shit, my fucking phone's on. All right. Well, anyway, but that was funny. I thought that was that definitely kind of had me waking up a weird. I was like, what the fuck happened? And when I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Like, no, Terrence, no. And then I read the rest of it because like naturally we see boxers, they get the Charlos with the credit cards at the fucking the restaurants, or like Adrian Broner or Chavez Jr. or any one of those. We see that shit, we're like, oh no, you're on top of the world. What the fuck are you doing?
And they had a gun on them, Miguel.
Yeah, what?
And they had a gun
on them. Yeah.
It's not just get out of the car. We're gonna embarrass you. Oh, let's do a little sobriety test on the side of the road. Ha ha ha. They had a gun on our boy.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. You know what's kind of here's a little bit of a side story for you. I'm not a troublemaker by any stretch of the imagination, but I've had my couple of times where I've been fucking cuffed. I've been cuffed in front of coworkers. That's how embarrassing that shit was, right? My brother comes to pick me up from work because we share a car, right? And I'm talking about I'm a young cat, barely working at a movie theater, right? But I have my license, my driver's license. He comes to pick me up. We're kind of lazy. He doesn't have a driver's license, or it's suspended or some shit like that, right? Comes to pick me up, and in the parking lot there's some cops. And he's like, oh shit. And I'm young, right? I don't know fucking no difference, but I have my driver's license, right? And he's like, fuck, we gotta switch spots, right? So we can fucking so I could be driving, right? Because I got a license. I'm like, man. So he pulls over, I get out, in the middle of us crossing, the fucking cop comes right behind us and sees us. Like, fuck. So, they're like, hey, stop right there. Like, whoa, fuck. So they're like, holding us. My fucking boss drives right by me at the movie theater, one of my supervisors, and then we make eye contact, and she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh no, this is horrendous. So the next day I come into work, and she's like, Miguel, what the fuck happened? I was like, it was against my better judgment. I probably shouldn't have done it. And I gave her the whole spiel. They didn't give two fucks about it, but it was just embarrassing as fuck.
Miguel, once again, you should not have been in handcuffs because your brother didn't have a fucking license, bro.
We were. Oh. I should have just driven from the beginning, but I pulled over and we're like, all right, let's switch places real quick. No, that didn't happen. But anyway, so
there's so many places I could go with this one. That's a great story.
It was horrendous, but I learned my lesson to not listen to my fucking brother and use my own better judgment. But yeah, so I can almost imagine the embarrassment, at least, of like being cuffed. Like, I'm gonna have to explain this to some people tomorrow morning, one of those kind of things. And my fucking boss, dude, like my fucking boss. And then everybody at work was like, oh my gosh, this fucking thug. Like, no, motherfucker, shit. Me?
Just a license.
Yeah.
Then you hear all the white people go, oh, that's weird. I had no license the other day. They just let me go. That's so weird.
They just gave me a stern warning. That was it.
Yeah, they actually drove me home. I don't understand, Miguel. They handcuffed you for this?
they drove behind me to make sure I made it home safe. Exactly, I don't understand how they do it.
Cop let me call my dad. My dad came and picked up the car. Why'd they do that to you guys, bro? I don't get it.
We sound like Oscar de la Hoya. When I still remember, like when Oscar lost to fucking Trinidad, he's like, I threw 117 fucking punches. Like that's how we're sounding when we say this shit. So unfortunately for Terence, definitely embarrassment. I hope he gets a public apology for it, and they throw away that damn citation, because whatever, he can do a couple of donuts after what he did to fucking Canelo, for crying out loud. Oh my! All right. Insane, yeah. But we're not done with the insane and the brain news, because there was an exhibition bout that took place last night. Actually, you know what? Yesterday, there was some craziness going on. Was there a full fucking moon? What's his name? DeGale, Anthony DeGale, the former IBF super middleweight champ, Australian, fought in bare knuckle boxing, and that fight was a fucking brawl, dude. Like, like he ended up winning. Chances are, and from what I read on the article online, He probably won't ever do it again, but his face looked fucked up, and he won. But it was such a dirty fight. He got deducted points for punching after the break. I think they said a total of 4 points were deducted between the two fighters. So how dirty this shit was, it was damn near a brawl, dude. And that wasn't the only brawling going on last night, because one Wanderlei Silva decided to enter the boxing ring and fight. Well, here's the thing. He was supposed to fight another retired fighter in Vitor Belfort. It was supposed to have been Wanderlei Silva versus Vitor Belfort in a boxing fight. Now, for those of y'all MMA historians, these guys fought in the UFC years ago. I'm talking like 98. And I believe at the time, Vitor Belfort was kind of on his comeback because he had just suffered his first defeat to Randy Couture, and he's kind of coming back. And they put him up against Wanderlei Silva, who is gaining notoriety as the axe murderer. And he fucking blows through Wanderlei Silva like in like 30 seconds, just fucked him up. So they never had the rematch, at least not that I remember. So they're going to have the rematch now, completely retired many years later, decades later, in the boxing ring. And for whatever reason, I forgot, Vitor Belfort had a bow out. And who decided to step in? Fellow Brazilian and former WBO lightweight champion, Acelino Popo Freitas, decided to step in. And I don't know, total disaster ensued, because not only was that fight dirty as hell, Wanderlei Silva resorted to his previous bare knuckle MMA experience and started headbutting Acelino Freitas. It was dirty as fuck. It got to the point where basically they call it a disqualification. The fight's over. It's a fucking fiasco. And people start jumping into the ring and start swinging. One dude comes from behind Wanderlei Silva and it kind of throws a clothesline or something and like kind of discombobulates him. He like stuns him and gets him rocked. And then Wanderlei gets back up, and then he gets, the same guy clocks him a second time, and he goes down, knocked the fuck out, and I mean out like a light, while the brawl continues around him in the ring. It was quite the disaster and quite the train wreck, if you guys enjoy watching train wrecks. And I kind of, started this show not really realizing that this was a topic that our beloved Andrew wanted to talk about, because he made a very, very, very important observation that, quite frankly, draws a lot of parallels to something we're going to be seeing in November. So please, Andrew, can you enlighten us on the connection that you're seeing here?
Yeah, no, first off, that was a great twist that you had there. I didn't know that he was a step-in. But no, immediately when I seen what had happened here, Miguel, off the top, I remembered that Freitas, Acelino Freitas, right, was a smaller fighter, right? Well, came out 130 pounds is where he did most of his career at. Who else is 130? Was Tank, right? So I knew Wanderlei Silva was a big guy. So I said, well, what did he weigh back in his UFC day? I went and looked him up. He weighed 185 pounds. They had him listed at. So I was like, man, this is pretty good comparison to what we're going to see in Jake Paul and Tank. And Freitas is not that big. I believe he's 5'6". Now, whatchamacall might be 5'4". What's Tank? What do you think Tank is? A midget?
Is he that short? I thought 5'5". 5'4"?
Okay, so hopefully he's around 5'6".
Okay.
Which Silva they had at 5'11". So he's a bigger man, right? I don't know. They didn't have his reach. 69 is what Freitas is for. But I watched, and I wanted to see what was going to happen. Didn't know the outcome. I knew they had a brawl. I knew there was some headbutts, but I didn't see really the fight. You know what I mean? And I'm always looking at you. I know that the camera might see that I'm looking off, but I'm always looking at Miguel. I don't look at the camera. So sorry, you guys. I'm looking at Miguel. Bro, Freitas is whooping his ass. Now, I'm not saying this is how the fight's going to play out with him and Tank and Paul, but you guys, Acelino's having no problem reaching this man. Getting on the inside, landing combinations, body, head. The jab was high, was low. It's an excellent fight for Freitas. Silva is getting tattooed. Silva has I think one good round where he actually his size looked like it was going to start dominating the situation. He's just bigger because he did look extremely bigger. That was there. But then no, Freitas comes back and because the guy has no defense, Silva just not moving his fucking head for anything. Freitas was able to tee off on him. Just absolutely throw whatever he wanted, not looking, and that's kind of his specialty. Freitas has always been one of those Jedi's where his head would be looking down. He throws a punch, it still lands. And he was absolutely doing it that night. And Silva just had a fucking meltdown, man. I seen a knee. I seen a headbutt. I think he throws 3 headbutts. He was controlling the back of his head and punching him. He did that. Yeah, he did that numerous times. And bro, like he's a big dude, and he's doing this to a little guy. And Freitas was coming out talking hella shit, and it started making me feel about that thing I was telling you about, that little man syndrome shit, dude. Where Freitas started getting personal, like, fuck you, dude, bro. Let's go. And now he's fighting for reals, and he was teeing off on Silva. Silva's getting frustrated because he's not really a boxer. It was just ugly boxing on
very
his
wide
part.
punches. It always had wide punches.
Yeah, yes. They had no skill. And he's getting frustrated. He can't hit him. And yeah, man, fucking finally the guy has a meltdown big enough to where I think he headbutts him 2 times in a row. One of them serious. Look, the headbutt that they're showing on the clip is not the final one. Freitas comes back and fights after that headbutt. That serious one, bam, it hits him right in the jaw. He's over in the corner adjusting his jaw. You think the fight's over, man. Like, how is he going to? It's only an exhibition. Freitas is like, nah, fuck that. Come on, let's go. He tells, let's go. Yeah, they do it again. I was like, oh, shit, he wants that smoke. This is for reals. He starts beating his ass again, and then he headbutts him again, dude. As soon as he gets close, he does it again, and the ref just goes, it's fucking over. This is over. But no, the one they are showing on the video, that is not the final headbutt. Freitas he's all dog. He didn't give a shit. This was definitely Rocky and Hulk Hogan real life, bro. Like, shit, everyone's like, I thought this was fake, bro. Shit don't look fake anymore. Yeah.
Which by the way, weight-wise, mind you, back in the day, Freitas was 130, 135. I think 135 is where he fought
Diego.
Yeah. Right. And
Casamayor is at 130. And that's the fight. You got to remember, he comes to America, a superstar, bro. Acelino Freitas' wedding was actually shown on national television in Brazil. Yeah, no, he comes here a superstar, and he beats Casamayor. No?
You know what? There is like this triangle between the 3 with Diego, and I'm almost certain he does beat him. I'm almost certain he does beat him.
It's a controversial fight, but I think he does. And a lot of it, come on, it's Cuba, it's Brazil, and I'm telling you, he had the Brazil behind him at this moment. And I think he does win the fight with Casamayor, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that you are right. That's what makes him great, is those 2 opponents right there.
Yeah, and coming into this fight, I mean, of course, he's already retired, right? So he came to this fight 162 pounds, which is pretty good indication of maybe what Tank will be at. 162. Wanderlei Silva, when he fought in Pride in Japan, he was at 205 pounds. When he came to the UFC, they basically asked him, like, hey, dude, you're too small for this weight class. Try making 185, which is considered middleweight. And he did it for a while, so he fought there, right? That's like more on the lighter side. But Wanderlei on this fight was 206 pounds. 162 pounds to 206. That is pretty damn close to what we might actually see on fight night with Tank and Jake Paul. Those are very accurate numbers, and those parallels is crazy. And I didn't see it. It's the mind of Andrew that saw it. It's like, hold on, where have I seen this before? Or why does this look so fucking familiar? It seems like this is what we might see. The speed of one, jumping in and out. Now, again, the reach might be a little bit different, but if we have somebody like Wanderlei Silva, who is notorious for not moving his head, I don't think Jake Paul moves his head that much either. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't move his head.
He's gonna get cracked. So it's a pretty. If for those of you who haven't watched it, go online. Andrew sent me a link to it, but you can find it online to just see the fight. And again, I know there's a lot of I guess publicity, or there's a lot of eyes on the end of the fight because of the brawl and because some asshole in a tux knocked out Wanderlei Silva. But the fight itself, for as long as it lasted, was something to watch. So it's a pretty good indication of what we may see in November with Jake and Tank. But yeah, it kind of gets overshadowed by that fucking brawl, people jumping in, and like I said, the guy who knocked out Wanderlei came from behind him first, clocked him. He was already stunned. Some dude grabs the guy and tosses him aside.
The guy that knocks him out is actually Freitas' son. So
damn.
So he watched his son he watched his dad take a few illegal shots in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Before all that happened. And the first guy, I got to stick behind boxing on this. The first guy that throws a punch is from the MMA side. Their trainer, he's in a white shirt. He's the one that initiates the fighting.
Is he really? Well, because I saw Freitas' people get into the ring, and that's when
they approached them going, "Hey, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But it's them who come over to their side and actually start punching. And you got to remember, another guy who's throwing punches is the former UFC heavyweight champ. Wildrum or whatever.
Verdum, yeah.
As soon as I seen his name, I said, "Hey, that's another fighter right there." I knew that right off the top. So they've got two former UFC champs on their side throwing punches. And yeah, Silva takes a right hook from Freitas. What it's saying online is that's Freitas' son, Junior. And fucking he is out. Now, I know Silva had some issues at the end of his UFC career staying on his feet. Correct? Wasn't he getting dropped a lot at the end?
Yeah. He was getting dropped. Yeah. If you watch some of his other fights or some of his later fights, it looks like nothing. Fucking just a gust of wind blows him over and he's going down. So his chin is shot as fuck.
He's fucking asleep, bro. Like they drag him by his arm.
Yeah.
He never wakes up. They literally he's sliding across. I was like, damn, that boy is out. You know what I mean? And then did you see his eye?
Yes. Yeah, that shit was swollen as a motherfucker. I saw the picture of it. I think it was the next day or whatever the hell it was. But yeah, he crumbled like a bag of potatoes, sack of potatoes, man. That dude just blah, blah, blah. And then he was gone. And then people were like, the brawl continued around him. People were trying to drag his ass out of there. And yeah, he didn't know what the fuck was going on afterwards. And I don't know what the repercussions come after this, but yeah, that shit was quite the brawl.
If Tank was smart, I would start showing the highlights of this fight. There are some great clips. I've sent you some on Facebook, probably just one or two. I'm saying great clips, but there's only probably two of them that I've seen. But it shows some good punching placement by the very small Freitas on a very bigger target. And they're landing and they're hurting. You see the punches are having an effect. And Paul, I got to tell you, man, you're fighting a dude in his fucking prime, bro. Like all this shit. Hey, look, I know I told you to call him a woman beater, but let's back off of that a little. let's just back
after last night. I'm kind of reconsidering that advice.
Might want to add a 0, bro. Or I don't know.
We're gonna go back into our previous show and edit out the shit where we try to fucking turn the knife on Tank too. That shit. Let's pump the brakes on that just a little bit, just a touch, to make sure that you don't get the real Tank out.
You don't want the real Tank. If that dude, all right, look, you guys, Freitas is 50 years old in this fight. Anderson's 49. They're both old as shit. But who Paul is fighting in November? Is it November he's fighting?
Yeah. November 14th. Yeah.
November 14th is not fucking 40 or 50 years old. This guy's dead in his prime. Woo. I hope it's real. Look, I've given you credit, bro. I told you the Tyson Fury fight made me think that Paul was legit in this. If it's legit, I might be
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury, excuse me. I might bet knockout if it's big enough. I might bet for Tank to stop him if it's big enough.
Will there be odds for an exhibition? Is that even cool? Like, does that even legal?
There's going to be a winner. I got to think Vegas is involved. I got to think they're involved, bro.
I'm going to look into that. I mean, I know we're a couple of months away, but I'm going to look into that shit because I don't know. I mean, it is all at the end because if it's an exhibition.
Did you guys see the face of Tank from day 1 to day 2? Day 1, he's smiling. Then he's been called a wife beater. He was called stupid. He was said he couldn't read. Right? Day 2, Tank is touching him. and
Mm.
looks obviously. Looks a lot more pissed off. When they do that face off, Tank is mugging the fuck out of Jake. Jake actually looks when he hits him. Did you see Jake put his security in front? I thought
Mm.
that was weird. I was like, "What, bro? You're gonna fight this guy? What do you can't do that when the bell rings, dude?" Ah, yeah. I hope it's real.
Instigating, and it's like, all right, get him, guys, get him,
Yeah,
get him.
exactly. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Hey, but I hope it's real. Freitas made me believe that yes, the little man might do it. I hope they bet heavy on Jake, dude. And we'll come in the back door going fucking
Mm.
get the little man by stoppage. Give me the late rounds. Give me the late rounds. Give me what Chavez was working on 8, 9, and 10.
Hmm. That's interesting. I wonder. Hold on. Let me see. Because here's the thing. It's an exhibition bout, right? So I don't know if Well, if they're going to be. Well, they said they're going to be tested, right? So I guess I shouldn't say that. They're going to be tested through VODs and stuff, right? So I guess that means that it's as legit as legit of an exhibition can be, or that an exhibition can be. I'm going to pull up my BetMGM Sportsbook app on my phone just to see if maybe it's on there, because
Yeah, of
it'll
course.
usually be on there.
Of course.
Because as a matter of fact, today, no, what was it? Last night, there was I went to like an MMA event, like a small time MMA event here at the Orleans Arena at the Orleans Casino. Just small MMA, right? Got some tickets, and I went with my brother-in-law, and we were going down there, right? And afterwards, I walked the casino and looked through the sports book to see if I can find any odds for Thurman and fucking Sebastian Fundora, stuff like that, right? Because I like to do that. So I didn't see, it didn't occur to me to even look for Paul and Jake. I mean, Jake Paul and fucking Tank Davis. Let me see here. The 15th. No, it's not even on here. It has the Chris Eubank Jr. and Connor Benn shit from as a matter of fact, that's gonna be the 15th, like the day after. No, damn, they have Better Biev and this Nicholson guy. He's gonna be fighting Benavides and Yard. Yeah, no, they don't have any. At least not on the app. So maybe in the casinos, I don't know. That's a tough one, because you are right. There's gonna be a winner and a loser. So I would have to assume that Vegas is gonna throw in their fucking name in the hat, I suppose. But nothing as far as the app goes. Interesting.
When AI is saying for November 14th exhibition fight between Paul and Davis, Davis is the betting favorite. Though specific odds vary by sports book. The fight will be contested at a catch weight of 195, blah, 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 blah. So we're seeing that there are odds. Somebody's taking money on it, right? So all I'm saying is I would go for the I would go for the knockout. I would go for the knockout because I'm just hoping it's real. We'll see how it goes. The odds are very close, anyways. I think we talked about this 4-6 and 13-8. Now, I know you got to divide the two to see what it really is, but the odds are they're already very close already.
Yeah, and we like, you are right. The second press conference, Tank looked different. He looked. I mean, even down to the bets, right? When he approached the dude, or I don't know if that was.
Oh yeah.
When he approached the guy, right? He's like, "How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?" Right? The guy who runs fucking MVP. So like that stuff. I mean, he just looked, damn, like that was different, right? So maybe. I mean, like we talked about it last week. I don't know who of the two is more okay with taking the L. If Jake Paul loses, maybe his fight with whomever next, Anthony Joshua, whatever, it won't be as lucrative because he loses. And if Tank loses, well, damn, that's kind of like the little man syndrome. It's like, damn, you just got beat by a big motherfucker, and he's not even a boxer, and he fucking whooped your ass. Like, I don't know if he's willing to take the L.
Right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But great parallels. Good looking, good eye, Andrew, to kind of give us an idea of what it's going to be looking like, or could potentially look like come November. The smaller guy moving in and out, cracking that motherfucker with no head movement. It's a very, very real possibility. And hell, maybe we might get a brawl out of it. Maybe shit will happen. Maybe things will go down. Maybe we'll have Zeb Judah and Floyd Mayweather type of shit. I don't know. Maybe something will happen at the end of that.
Hey, speaking of Floyd Mayweather, did you see what Jake Paul did to Floyd on social media?
Oh yeah, with the Jets.
Yeah. No. Hey, thank you, Paul. That's what. Hey, poke that bear, dude. Poke that bear and watch how fast he comes and takes your job at Netflix. Watch what you say, man, because I guarantee you, Floyd Mayweather will get more views than you. I promise you that. You give him a comeback fight on Netflix, you think 100 million is big? Fucking please keep saying he's broke. Watch how fast he comes and puts you in his place. Maybe even fights you. He might even come and take your whole title, bro. Keep fucking with them.
Nah, he won't go that far. I mean, he'll
He
come in
fought
like
his brother.
well, I know, but I'm saying he'll come in to fight him, and that's it. To say he takes his title, I mean, I don't think going that far to like
His
continue
title
the.
as far as the most viewed.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like carry the fucking torch to be like,
No,
look,
no,
the most
no. The
viewed.
most no. He's calling himself the most viewed male boxer of all time now.
I see what you mean.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see that. My buddy sent it to me, and I was like, "What the fuck? This guy and his shit, like he never stops, right? He never stops with his damn fuckery." But I did see that. Yeah.
Let's hope at 47 you're still flying around in your own private jet with Jake Paul's name on the side of it, because that's what Floyd's doing right now.
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, whatever the size is, he has a jet. You know that's significant as it is. But on the topic of one Gervonta Tank Davis, there's been quite some stuff happening with that guy since the press conferences from last week. A bitter exchange on Twitter or X with Shakur Stevenson, going back and forth, talking about I know this is how I know how soft you are, and the exchange itself is. I mean, I wanted to like take a screenshot of it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn it, really like I don't even talk about the damn Twitter beef, that's like fucking whack. But one of the things that was interesting that came out of it is his account was deleted. Gervonta decided to, or somebody did. I mean, I have to assume it was him. Decided to just delete his X account. I'm apparently he didn't like the exchange. And look, we've talked about it before. It's a different time, right? This is not how we used to do it. It's not like we would fucking hide behind, and I don't say hide, I use that term loosely, but behind a keyboard and a screen, and you can just say whatever it is you want to say. People have gotten quite comfortable doing that, and that somehow is some sort of clapback or something like that, and not an in-person type thing. So that's one of the reasons why we hate it when guys go back and forth, boxers in particular, over social media, because like, really, this is what the fuck you're doing? You might as well send them a goddamn email saying like, I hope this email finds you well, you son of a bitch, or whatever, right? It's just like, come on, this is what we're going to be doing. So they were going back and forth, right? And for whatever reason, Tank decided to delete his X account afterwards. However, not before some sort of message, cryptic message. It sounds as though, this is just connecting the dots, that Gervonta will decide, or has decided, that he will be retiring after this Jake Paul fight. Now, when he first decided, or when he first announced, when this fight was first announced, we were kind of under the impression that we were going to see a Gervonta and Lamont Roach Jr. Rematch. That's kind of what we thought was headed, where we were headed. And when that didn't happen, and then we see, Jake Paul is in the picture now, and with this exhibition fight that's going to be taking place in November, we're like, damn it, Tank, what the fuck, dude? Andrew has called out Tank a few times on like, dude, we're seeing like lightweight a batch of lightweights come when you're the man, and then they leave the weight division, and now we have another batch of 135 pounders that you're still not fighting. We're like going on the third fucking batch of lightweights that you've totally ducked at this point, right? So now everybody seems to be kind of defending Tank. It seems as though even Andre Ward is saying, look, guys, he never said he was out here for legacy. Like, oh, okay. Well, that shut a lot of us up. It's like, oh, well, I thought that's kind of why everybody was in boxing, but okay, apparently not. Apparently, you dedicate your life from the time that you're 7 to just make money and not really make a legacy. All right, cool, no biggie. So it seems as though people are kind of like defending Tank and his decision to fight Jake Paul and then even possibly retire afterwards, saying, hey, you know what? He never came out and said he was the face of boxing. In fact, when he was asked this in a press conference, he was like, no, I'm just a dude who fucking boxes, homie. So it was obvious that, if him being with PBC wasn't obvious enough that he doesn't give two fucks about legacy, but rather money, now it's pretty obvious that is the case. But Andrew, first off, he deletes his Twitter account, or X, after a heated exchange with Shakur Stevenson, and then even alludes to the fact that he's going to be retiring afterwards. What the hell do we make of all this?
I didn't want to call him a bully and then hope that I'm gonna put some money on him to knock out Paul. Damn it! But he acts a little bit like a bully,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
He's never really wanted the tough fights with the guys that he has a history with, like a Shakur Stevenson, right? Like the whole first lightweight division that went past him, Chenko, Devin Haney,
Tail.
those, Tail. Then when his feet gets to the fire on questioning, he kind of explodes on the reporter.
Mhm.
Oh, what are you asking me that for? Why don't you just be a fan and watch what we're doing here? Like, he's acting sort of like a bully. And now that he's done, now that all the kids in the schoolyard are I guess there's none left for him to beat up but the big guys, the other big guys in the schoolyard. Now he's done. You know what? I don't think I'm coming out for recess today. Done playing. He's acting a little bit like a bully. I hope he's not, because that's not going to look good when he goes up against that big ass dude that he's about to fight. That's going to be 200 pounds, but you know, that's another day. Yeah, you know, we will see where Tank. I think he's doing it. Look, he's going to have, if he beats Jake Paul and this thing does 100 and something million views again, he's going to have options to come back. I just, like I said before, bro, I don't know what kind of fighter we're going to get when he comes back. I definitely do not think he's going to be a lightweight anymore. Right? And hell, I don't even know how much the fire will be burning. Look, when we talk about legacy, I think we need to stop saying the word legacy and start saying Tank doesn't want to make maximum money. Tank is looking to make $1 million for a sparring match. That's what those guys are searching for. Hey, if it brings a vacant title with it, so all right, we'll take it. Hey, if some guy gets an upset win and we think we can instantly jump in and take that, oh yeah, we'll take that fight. But if this dude's like legit undefeated in his prime, the whole world wants to see this fight. Oh, hell no, we don't want that fight. That fight ain't for us. The fuck? Don't need that. Who's that? That's what this whole company is. And I'm talking about Floyd. I'm not even talking about L. I'm talking really about Floyd Mayweather. And maybe L, because L really struck it rich when he got those investors to fuck up. So yeah, L isn't part of this. But that's what they're looking for, dude. They're looking for to rob the fucking bank.
To make as much with as least risk as possible, pretty much.
I guess to make as much, but I think as long as you're giving them a few million, they'll do it, as long as they know damn well they're going to win the fight. That's all it's about, is winning the fight and getting that little bit of money.
So sure money, more so than maximum money.
Of course. There's no way he wants max. This man has left so much money on the fucking table at this point of his life, dude. There's no way he was ever in the drive to make $20 million per fight. The only way you get there is by fighting the big dogs, right? And now you people, you motherfuckers better know me, know that the only reason that Floyd ever made it there was because of the UFC. It was timing. I've always put it on timing, because I know they're going to twist my words and go, well, wait a minute. He just said that the only way you make is if you fight big dogs. Floyd made it there, so how the fuck do those two match up? Floyd made it there because all those guys were older when he fought them, but the main reason was because boxing and Las Vegas was scared that the UFC was taking over, that their momentum was carrying. Vegas didn't want the UFC to succeed. The UFC was controlled by people that were controlling casinos in Las Vegas. Why the fuck would Las Vegas want those casinos to go through the roof? What if they just started putting their fights there and took all the fans away from the other guys? You think they want that to succeed? Fuck no, they don't. So they invested in Floyd. They invested in Manny. They kept this ball rolling. Floyd fight one guy in a year. He kept his pound for pound ranking. Floyd refused to fucking fight De La Hoya in a rematch. Kept his pound for pound ranking. Floyd got caught overweight. Floyd misses the next weight date We don't give a fuck. Keep his pound for pound ranking. We don't give a fuck. We get Juan Manuel Marquez. Don't give a fuck. Keeps his pound for pound ranking. What? Marquez not a middle. He's not a welterweight. I don't care. Mm-hmm. You hear me, Miguel? You hear all this shit that we overlooked as boxing media to allow this man to keep his pound for pound ranking? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here like it was all him. No, it wasn't. It was Floyd needs to thank Bob Arum, Oscar De La fucking Hoya, big time, and Dana White. The three people he supposedly hates. Yeah. He really needs to thank. Right? So this is who they are, bro. This is really what they do. Floyd told us a long time ago, I robbed a bank. And that's what Tank Davis has been trying to do. That's what he's doing right now. It has nothing to do with it. It's not even about legacy. They don't even want max money. They just want to make enough money to keep some jewelry on and them not at, working at a McDonald's. Seriously.
Sure money, pretty much like for sure money type thing. Because it really, like when you say like, he left a lot of money on the table, you're talking like potential mega fights with Teofimo Lopez or those kind of, you think those kind of fights would have paid that much? I mean, like I always thought this fucker, like Floyd, wants to as little risk as possible with as much a payday that comes as possible, and that's one of the reasons why he's taking this fight, because supposedly, allegedly, making up to $40 million or whatever the amount was, not the $200 million that we had reported earlier, but that's a fuck ton of money. I don't know if there's an actual legitimate boxer that's going to be able to, if that is an accurate number, of course, that's going to come up with that kind of, or that together will be able to come up with that, besides what he did back in 2023 with Ryan Garcia. A Ryan Garcia rematch like that. That's
but if he would have doubled down with ESPN and Teofimo Lopez, you don't think that fight would have generated views? I do. I think all the Ryan Garcia fans come back to watch him versus Lopez. I sincerely do. I don't think Ryan was as big of a crossover like our boy claimed his whole fucking career. I do not think Ryan was that big of a crossover star as they once thought he was with the social media shit. I do not think those were all little girls that were coming and watching Ryan. And like Oscar and them said too, why doesn't he get 1 million views every time we put him on TV then? If he has all these millions of people following him, why aren't they watching him on free television when it's on cable? Right? You think his views would have been through the roof. Now the pay-per-view was. But that's because when you give boxing the fight that they want to see, we're some closet-ass fans, but we'll come out. We will come out when we see those two undefeated. This is why, this is what Dana don't understand about, and Turkey too, because it's not Dana's fault. Turkey's bringing Dana here. He didn't want to. He did want to come, but you know what I mean. It's Turkey that's envisioning this whole UFC like fucking footprint into boxing that's going to make him rich. It's not going to work. People do not spend that type of money to watch that sport. That sport's been here for 30 fucking years. It ain't there yet. I don't know if it's ever going to get there because it's on the decline. It's not on the rise, especially here in America where they don't have a top 10. I only got that because of the little Cormier video that's going around right now. I don't know that much UFC, Miguel. I'm just getting it off Instagram. But, they don't have a top 10. So obviously, in boxing, we'd be losing our shit right now if we didn't have I don't even think they have a champion. But not even an American on top 10.
No, yeah. As far as I can remember, let me see. Heavyweight. Well, I mean, heavyweight is English, but the last one was John Jones. He was American. Light heavyweight Russian. Middleweight. I can never pronounce his name, but the guy who just humped the other guy for 25 minutes. That was the middleweight, right? Welterweight is Australian. Lightweight is Russian. Or actually, no, he's Topuria, the one that's calling out Crawford. But yeah, I can keep going, but none of them are American, right? No, Georgia. Yeah, no. I mean, unless I'm missing one, but they're all different countries. Yeah, and they're not Americans.
So in boxing, let me tell you, our media would be losing their fucking shit right now. This sport would be dead. The era Ali is gone. Sugar Ray Leonard times have moved. I mean, come on, think about all the headlines we'd be seeing if we didn't have an American champion or even an American on the pound for pound list. So that's where the UFC's at right now. So no, I believe if Tank Davis would have followed up his Ryan Garcia victory, a great victory, a knockout victory, a victory where he made him quit. This thing, he was on top of the world, bro. Mm-hmm. You put him in against Lopez next. You put him in against maybe potentially Crawford after that, because Crawford's sitting there at welterweight at this point. No, Miguel, he then becomes the face. He then becomes Floyd. He's now making 20-something million a fight. He's got to win. I'm talking about him winning and winning and winning. We're talking about a make-believe world where it's all rolling his way. But no, that's how he becomes the $20 million guy. They don't want that. They don't want that. That's why he looks scared when they told him about Stevenson. Oh, I don't like how he said, y'all want me to lose. I would have been like, bro, why? Who said anything about you losing? You scared lately?
Yeah.
Stevenson is living in your head rent free. Losing, motherfucker, we want you to fight the best of the best because we think you're the best, and that's how we determine this shit. That's how we determine who's the best of the era and who's the face of boxing, is when the guys fight the best of the best and they come out on top. That's all this is about, Tank. You're the one in your fucking head. You have it, Stevenson beating you. Oh, that was such an insight into Tank's head right there on where Stevenson lives. Stevenson should actually take that and just replay it on his page for 24 hours. Y'all want me to lose? Will you fight Stevenson? Y'all want me to lose? Will you fight Stevenson? Y'all want me to? Just keep playing it, bro. What the fuck? Who told you to say that?
All right. Y'all want me to get my ass beat? All right. I'll sign a contract then.
You want me to fight him? You want me to lose, man? Fuck out of here, man.
Like, are y'all my fans? Then why y'all want me to lose then? Why the fuck y'all put me against Shakur? What the hell? That doesn't make sense. Y'all just need to fucking enjoy it and stop being fans.
Hey, Box Rec, for 24 hours, Gervonta Davis should be on Shakur's resume, dude, as a fucking loss. Or a win, excuse me. As a win. Just 24 hours. We'll fix the air tomorrow, but today he beat you, bro.
Yeah. What is Tank's record here, Tank Davis? So I can put it's like the draw and the loss. 1-1. Whatever the hell that shit is, that's pretty much a fucking. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick.
Have you ever said, hey, Muhammad, will you fight George? You guys just want me to lose. See, that's the problem. I win so much that you want me to lose. What? Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, that was a weak ass fucking response from Tank right there. That kind of showed where he thinks about himself versus the skills of one Shakur Stevenson.
30, of course, 30 victories, 20 by knockout, 1 draw, and 1 loss to Shakur Stevenson online. 31 and 1 is going to be his new record, at least for the next 24 hours.
Hey, Shakur, never even threw a punch, baby.
Yeah.
You already got that. Never even threw a punch. Y'all want me to lose. Damn it.
It's kind of funny considering Shakur was criticized for not throwing as many punches in previous fights, and he wins one without even throwing a fucking punch. Damn, we've come full circle. Shit, we've come full circle. Damn. Oh my, we're talking about
that's Shakur first.
We're talking about Shakur not throwing shit. He's boring as fuck, putting people to sleep, and he got himself a victory somehow.
Hey, Floyd, I gotta say too, you gotta talk to your boy, because when they questioned about fighting you, he was all in. Oh yeah, I'll fight Floyd. For Shakur, y'all want me to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll fight a 47-year-old man, but I kind of no. And it's prime, fuck no. I'll pass, yo. Oh my. Well, on that note, speaking of Shakur and Tank, did you hear that Jake Paul is bringing in some people to train with, to spar with, in particular, Shakur Stevenson, Jermaine Ortiz, and Montana Love. These guys are, I don't remember if Ortiz is a southpaw. I think he did mention Love is a southpaw. I remember seeing him fight a few times. I just don't remember right offhand if he is a southpaw. And then, of course, Shakur. So, wow. Okay. These are the kind of people that he's going to be training with, or sparring with, I suppose, getting some rounds in. Wow. That's pretty impressive. I mean, he's taking it seriously, right? It's not like he's just going in there thinking that his weight or size advantage is going to do the trick in the end. He's going in there as well prepared as he possibly can, forking up a little bit of cash for these guys, of course, a nice amount of chunk change for these gentlemen to step in the ring with him and throw down. I had initially heard that it was going to be Shakur, and then when I saw that clip of him mentioning Jermaine Ortiz and Montana Love afterwards, I was like, oh shit, all right, well, those guys aren't huge names, but we know who they are. The insiders people know who the fuck they are. So when we hear stuff like that, it's like, oh, he seems to be taking this very seriously. So I certainly hope that Tank is as well, and he comes in here knowing that he's gonna have a fucking firefight with Jake Paul. But that's pretty interesting, huh? That he's gonna have these guys sparring with him.
Yes, I wasn't that impressed with the Shakur announcement though. Shakur needs to know that he has a big future. I'm hoping that's more of a publicity stunt than an actual game plan. Is that you're gonna go fucking spar a cruiserweight, basically be the punch dummy to the cruiserweight too. You're not even benefiting from this. It's not like you're looking to make a move to fight Canelo Alvarez here anytime soon. You know what I mean? So I don't know why Shakur is even doing it. Is there enough money on the table that would make him risk everything about taking a punch from a guy the size of Jake Paul? So I wasn't really too thrilled about the Shakur, but I'm definitely happy that look, Jake has kind of won me over on this whole thing that he's doing here for boxing. I hope he is taking it serious. I hope he is trying to win, and this is a legit fight, and he's going to really test his athleticism against one of the best boxers in the world. So here we go. I that's about all it is athleticism because of the differences that he has. Miguel, are you frozen or are you just staring at me in the?
No, I'm the same.
Oh, there you are. Bam. All right, you unfroze.
No, yeah. It's just it's just when I hear you talk, man, it's just so like
you're locked in.
I'm soaking up all the information that you're just like, I'm listening.
All right, no, very good. So yeah, that's I'm hoping it's legit, man. So I do like that he's bringing in professional. That's what I mean. Hey, Miguel, it can't be that much of a show, right? Because he is paying top dollar. Even a Jaime Ortiz. Yes, he's a what do you say it? Ranked fighter. He's not a gatekeeper, right? He's still a contender.
Yeah, he's a contender. Yeah, he got his one shot, didn't turn out, but he's still a contender. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would hope that this is all real, right?
Now, when I saw that he brought in Shakur, they showed a quick picture of them. I don't even know if it really was them, but could it be just more like strategy wise, like not even really so much like, all right, this is what you can expect, but it's like, look, Jake, this is how I would beat this motherfucker's ass, and I probably would. This is what you should do, and I think it was really more of that. I don't know if it's really so much getting the rounds in per se.
Oh, there you go.
Being like, yeah, look, this is how I would beat his ass, because years back, I thought Shakur was gonna fucking mop the floor with everybody at 130 for crying out loud, and then he ends up doing that at 135. But that's like, I'm thinking to this day, I think he beats Tank. I think if they fight now, he beats Tank. So I figured that's why he's bringing him in. Not really so much to get the rounds in per se, but like, look, this is how I would beat his ass. You should do this. Let's work on it.
Tank thinks Shakur will beat his ass, bro. It's not just you. Tank thinks the shit.
That just gives him more credibility that the man even himself thinks he is that kind of thing.
Hey, so weird. I like that, the strategy angle, because it works. But with that being said, that goes back to then expect a lot of outside fighting and a lot of grappling. Because I don't think Shakur is going to be telling him anything else but, dude, then when he's in close, you better fucking hold on. And when he's outside of your reach, you throw a jab or a 1-2 and try to catch him on the end of your punch, right? Stay away, stay off the ropes. It's a very easy game plan for a guy that's so much taller. I don't even know what is he, 6'1"? What's Jake Paul, you think?
Good question. I thought he was 6 on the dot, but let me see here.
6 on the dot. Either way, 6 foot. Tank is, a midget. 5'4". I'll look up Tank. You could look them both up.
Yeah, I'm looking up. Oh, 6. Yeah, you're right. 6'1". So he's 6'1". Jake Paul at least. So let's see here. Tank Davis.
6'1". That's very high.
Oh yeah, 5'5" is what they have him on, at least AI.
Yeah. So 5'5", 6'1". So yeah, dude. The game plan is pretty easy. Don't know why you would need Shakur, advice on that, but it's easy advice. He only has Jay Leon Love as his trainer, so maybe it's that. You know what I mean? He wanted a different look. Because Shakur is living in Tank's head. I don't know if there is any more interaction these two need to do, but maybe Jake should be maybe paying Shakur to hang out with them, right? You tell Tank if I if you beat me, they're gonna tell you to fight that guy, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fucking retiring. I'm not fighting you. I'll never fight you. Like, Tank, calm down, man. You're saying way too much
Yeah.
now. I could never beat you. Oh shit, did I just say that?
Oh, Tank. But we love how he kind of gives himself away. You know, we're never going to.
You
We're
like
never
my
going
Prince
to.
voice? My
That,
Tank has like a Prince voice.
is that
It's
what
like
it is?
when
It's like
doves cry.
Prince and Mike Tyson with the lisp. Is that what it is? Like a combination of the two. Um, yeah, you know, we've never accused Tank of being the sharpest tool in the shed, but when we see this shit, you know, when we see him kind of out himself in these comments accidentally, we're like, oh boy, yeah, somebody he needs somebody in his ear to be like, no, don't say that, don't say that. That's the last thing you want to do. Like, but what though? He would fucking with Matt. Like, not, he probably would, but you don't say that. Regardless, we keep that to ourselves. We want to keep it in the inner circle here. Oh, Tank, but nonetheless, regarding that weight class or the whereabouts, the neighboring weight classes, looks like we have ourselves a fight signed at the end of this month, or at the end of this year, I should say. It looks like we're gonna get Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach Jr. in December. It is going to be a PBC pay-per-view card. I don't know why. Al, clearly you're not watching the shows. We said there should have been a co-main event with Manny's comeback in December because he's going to have one here, but maybe they're just trying to double dip. It's like, oh, we're going to get two pay-per-views. We'll get Manny's comeback and we'll get Pitbull and Roach. But apparently we're going to get it December 6th. December 6th, Frost Bank Center, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, down in San Antonio. It's going to be on PBC pay-per-view, or PBC, I should say, Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Well, look, I like this fight. I don't know if I like it enough to be pay-per-view, unless it is a co-main event. Al, once more, if you're listening. But I'm down to watch it. I don't know what the price range is going to be. I know that supposedly, right, the rumor was that Manny Pacquiao is going to come back in December as well. It seems unlikely that PBC will try to pull off two pay-per-views in the same month. So
especially in December.
Yeah, especially in December, holiday season, Christmas season. So seeing this, it kind of makes me think that we might not get a Manny comeback in December or this year, quite frankly. Maybe January, February is what I'm thinking now. But this is definitely, at least in my opinion, a missed opportunity by PBC to get one major pay-per-view before the year. And yeah, we're going to get Fundora and Thurman in November, but you know, I'm sorry, October. I meant to say October. And then they're going to be part of Jake Paul and Tank Davis in November. So October, November, December would have been badass to cap off the year with Manny and whomever, Rolly Romero probably, and then Pitbull, Cruz, and Lamont Roach as a co-main event. That would have been a pretty badass, considering. They're kind of on the deathbed talking about PBC. We've been saying this for a long time. And as the years progress, that we keep saying that, there are fewer and fewer PBC events throughout the year. And to cap off the year with three pretty dope-ass events, Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman in October, and then them being to some degree a part of Tank and Jake Paul, and then capping off the year with Manny and Rolly, and then Pitbull and Roach, would have been pretty badass. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Not happen that way. At least not for the December one. But hey, you know what? This fight is tight. I'll watch it. Probably won't pay for it, but I'm going to watch it. I'm down to watch it. But hey, you know what? I don't know. Andrew, what do you think? Good fight. Probably shouldn't be on pay-per-view.
Let's see what the card is first before we talk about the pay-per-view thing. Because they have options. They have some good fights. Some fighters that they can bring back that might make this worth it. The main event's a good start. Cruz and Roach is a good fight. Both are known. Both have a good fan base with the PBC. So I'm hoping that they respond. The PBC fan base responds and buys this one. Hopefully a good undercard will make that a for sure thing. Now, I kind of want to get past all the shit and talk about what I learned over the weekend on this fight. Now I don't know if you know this. It sounds like Roach was going to fight Gabriel Flores from Stockton.
Gabriel, the lightweight from Florida.
Yeah,
Flores.
Flores.
The ones that his dad is like basically throwing his career down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they were supposed to fight Roach, and then that fight falls through, so that they can fight Cruz. But watch.
Okay.
But then Flores' dad goes, but don't worry, we got a bigger fight to announce here soon. And I'm wondering if
we, as in Team Flores.
Yeah, Team Flores.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if they're gonna get the Ryan Garcia comeback fight. Because you know how we're talking about Ryan needs one more fight with Golden Boy?
Mm-hmm.
That would dislocate him. If Flores's are working with Al Heyman, Al Heyman's trying to get Ryan, you would go ahead and give Ryan the Flores fight to get him away from Oscar, and then Ryan would be primed for Raleigh rematch, Haney rematch, Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
He has a lot of fights on the option. So I'm thinking that was the switch there. They didn't want to give Ryan. You don't want to give Ryan Roach, and Roach beat Ryan, and now Ryan's pay-per-view status is shit. He's done. You're what? With this, at least they get to save Ryan one more time. Take him. Haney, he's already beat. Raleigh, he should have beaten. Right? That's how they're looking at this on paper. And Manny's a 50-50 fight if he gets there. So I think that's where this is leading to. That's my prediction, you guys. That's my just from reading the internet and seeing what's going on. And really it was Gabe Flores' dad saying we have a bigger fight ready to announce. What's bigger than Freddie? I always call him Freddie Roach, Lamont Roach.
Yeah, I am down there calling Lamont Peterson like a gazillion times already at this point. I'm so over it. Like, damn it, man! You couldn't have had two names more coming, I guess, in the boxing world. But anyway, okay. So I'm trying to connect the dots here. So Flores Senior over here, Dad Flores, Papa Flores says, no, I'm not going to give my son to Roach.
It's not that he didn't. No, Flores Senior said we had the Roach fight.
Okay.
But then it fell through. But don't worry, we got something bigger on the way.
It fell through on its own for other reasons.
Yes.
Not because they have something waiting in the wing.
I think Al Heyman's been doing secret phone calls to Ryan. Because Ryan's under contract with Golden Boy, so he's not really supposed to be talking to anyone else. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So we're still expecting. Well, I mean, hypothetically speaking, what you're thinking, Ryan is still going to have his last fight with Golden Boy, and once that's done, his first fight with PBC could be Gabriel Flores Jr.
No.
Oh no.
Gabriel Flores will be his last fight. And the announcement of Gabe Flores, Ryan Garcia for Garcia's comeback fight in December.
Okay.
Remember, he was saying he might be fighting in December too.
Yeah,
Ryan did. Mm-hmm. Well, look for that to be. If Gabe was already scheduled to fight Lamont, that's already his PBC tie right there. That's his Al Heyman tie right there. Then Al goes, "Hey, guess what, Senior? I'm talking Flores Senior. I got a bigger fight for you. Hey, you guys want a shot at Ryan on pay-per-view? You know they're all over that, bro. That's gonna put Flores where his dad always thought he should be. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was gonna get it too.
Yeah, so they jump all over that one. So I'm just saying, when I was reading these, what's been happening right there, I kind of think that's where they're going. And it kind of gives Ryan his, all right, Oscar, I'll accept this fight. Get me this fight. Oscar and them will do it, because all he's going to do is hold out, do the Ali act, do the fucking court system thing. That's all these guys do when they want to play at the end of their careers, right? We've seen it numerous times. So Oscar and them, just to get this guy away from them, they might go, all right, fuck it. Gabe Flores it is, and not put a dime into promoting the thing. Tell Al Heyman to do all the promoting. It's his fight, right? It's gonna be his baby after that.
Huh.
Because Ryan Garcia, after that night, will be signing with the PBC.
So you think, because we were prior to this, we were kind of under the impression that if this was legitimately, and according to at least Ryan Garcia, this is his last fight with the Golden Boy. I figured Golden Boy wasn't going to give him a softball. I mean, and no offense to Gabriel Flores, but I mean Flores kind of has had his
Definitely a
serious road
softball.
bumps,
Yes.
but it's like, holy fuck, I didn't think you'll do that. I think, all right, you're on the way out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Let me put you with someone hard to not make you look that great, so you're not that marketable to other promoters, even though he probably has Al Heyman in the back pocket already. But I figured they would give him a more difficult fight on the way out and not somebody like Flores.
They've already used all of their ammo. They don't have anyone, right? So
Okay.
now you would have to be asking who? Al Heyman? Al Heyman's this is like when teams in the NFL try to trade a player that every team in the NFL knows you're going to have to put on the trading block or you're going to cut. Excuse me. You're going to cut. If you don't get a trade, you can't keep them. You're going to cut them anyways. You know what they tell you? Yeah, no, I'll wait until tomorrow when you cut them. Goodbye. Click.
Yeah.
That's all Oscar's going to hear. He's going to be like, hey, hell, I'm going to do Pacquiao. Oh, yeah, no, I am going to do Pacquiao. One fight after you. Click.
Without you, fool. Click.
Yeah. That's all he's going to be hearing. You want Haney? Click. You want Lopez? All of them, bro. All of them. Oscar will get hung up on. Everyone knows you're a fucking free agent as soon as you hit the market. They're all going to come with their offers. But I think Heyman is in the lead because he has direct fights that can give Ryan a lot of money, and he won't have to be going to Saudi Arabia.
Right. At welterweight in particular, because there's the thing, like Flores, I mean, he's, the last I remember, he was a lightweight at 135. I mean, I don't remember he's fought at 140, but they're going to toss him up to 147, huh? That's pretty much
you look at what the PBC has done to all these guys. Figueroa, Broner, who else?
Even Raleigh, dude. Raleigh probably doesn't belong at 147.
A hell of guys have jumped hella weight divisions for Al Heyman. He doesn't give a shit about that.
Danny Garcia's fucking 160 at this point.
Yeah. He don't care about that.
Damn. All right. You guys heard it here first. Let's anticipate a, maybe end of the year, most likely end of the year announcement by one Ryan Garcia. Hey, y'all, I'm coming back. I'm fighting Gabe Flores Jr., yo. Damn. All right. And you heard this from what, just like reading online in the forums and reading the comments?
Yeah, that's how I got it off of what Senior said. What Senior said and how the chips lay on the board, man. It just makes sense. And I don't really know if Oscar has an option to go anywhere else with Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Lopez is signed to no one. They seem like they tried talking to work a deal. Remember when Oscar and Lopez kind of did that little, oh yeah, he's cool, and Oscar was like, he's the best talent in the world, but then we didn't see any announcement of a signing happening. So obviously Lopez fucking dropped the ball somewhere on that negotiating too. So I think Oscar's running thin on Ryan. Ryan hates Golden Boy. They're not going to do anything for favors for each other. So you just get the easiest opponent, make some money, and move on with their careers. To be real, Miguel, they've already done enough damage to Ryan. Ryan's not the same guy that he was when he went to Golden Boy. So this new path that we're talking about, it's not a for sure thing, right? Where he didn't even beat Rolly Romero. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Roby are like, oh, he'll beat Rolly in the rematch. No, that's not for sure. He didn't beat him the first time. So, and he was dropped. You know what I mean? So it's Oscar and them have they've had the last laugh. I think Rolly Romero should have really been the last laugh. If Oscar really wanted to, he could do the Gabe Flores fight. Ryan could knock him out, and Oscar could go up there and still embarrass him by going, dude, he just knocked out a lightweight. There was nothing I can do. This guy's a bum. He wanted to fight a lightweight. and leave laughing at him. You know what I mean?
Interesting. All right. So I guess as far as like Roach and Pitbull goes, so I guess if what you're saying is legit, Roach had Flores, on deck, and then that got pulled. Again, it was for whatever reason that didn't go through. So now he's got Pitbull. That's a fucking harder ass fight. Like
big time.
That's way harder of a fight. It's like, damn, I just fucking hopped out of the frying pan into the fire with somebody like fucking Pitbull.
Don't ask me why Flores and Roach was even on the table. I'm just going off of what
to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just going off of what Flores Sr. said, right? That his tweet. And I didn't see Lamont respond to Roach going, hey, you're full of shit. I was never going to fight your kid, yada, yada. Maybe it's because of the Tank. You know what? It might have been Miguel because Tank dropped out of the rematch maybe Heyman made a call saying, "Hey, I got this kid I could replace him with."
Ah,
Right? So
mm,
it wasn't really, it was a replacement. And Roach was probably like, "You ain't taking my money.
mm.
You need to find someone that's going to match the money." So that's when they come up with Pitbull Cruz.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Well, that's going to be San Antonio. There's it's a heavy Latino city and state in general. Pitbull's going to have quite the support there, I have to assume, right? I mean, that's going to be his. I mean, not it's not where he's from, but for all intents and purposes, his backyard. I guess he's going to get the fan support there. That's going to be a pretty tough fight, very tough fight for Roach. However, if Roach wins, and pretty important or what's the word? Impressive
Impressive, yes.
fashion. Wow, he just basically ran Tank out of the sport, and now he just took on this fucking boogeyman that he has his losses, but people don't want to fight Pitbull, even in winning, even in beating the way like Valenzuela beat him. It's like, dude, he took some fucking shots. It's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking fight this motherfucker, even if he doesn't win. So, damn, this is a tough one. This one's fun. I'm down for this one, but I'm going to pay it. Maybe if, like you said, the undercard is pretty stacked, or at least it has a pretty solid supporting cast, like a co-main event. Or maybe the price is not no fucking 75 goddamn dollars. It's maybe, I don't know, 60 or something like that. It's like, all right, it's a little bit more reasonable. I think I'd be down to pay something like that if I decide to pay for pay-per-view. Neither of these guys are pay-per-view draws, at least not yet, at least. But yeah, I'm down for this fight. That's pretty intriguing. I mean, I know we still got several months for this, so it's way too early to come up with some sort of prediction. But based off of just right now, who do you think takes it right now?
Look, because he's moving up in weight, there'll always be a weight factor thing. If Roach's power will move up with him, if his chin will move up with him, but on paper, skill wise, I'm going with the boxer. Look, I would have had a lot better feelings about this being on pay-per-view if he wouldn't have taken the defeat to Valenzuela, but because he did take that defeat, I kind of pulled back on Pitbull a little. The guy's losing a lot of his big fights. Yes, he's exciting in the fact that he goes head first, but he's losing a lot of these fights.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to think that Roach, who in my opinion beat Tank hands down. I don't need judges to tell me who I thought won the fight. That's all for the record books.
Yeah.
When you ask me who won the fight, I'm going to go with the guy who dropped them, the guy who didn't get a point for the dropping, and who didn't get a point for when the fighter turned his back and walked away. There could have been 2 points there given to Roach. All right, we won't stop the fight, but we're going to count that as a knockdown. You know what I mean? You turned your back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to go with Roach on this one. Outwork, stay away, outbox, Santa Cruz.
Pitbull Cruz.
Pitbull. Santa Cruz, my bad. Pitbull, yes.
Yeah, haven't seen Homeboy in a hot minute. All right, that's pretty interesting. I want to. I going into that fight with Tank Davis, I didn't think Lamont could do it. I legitimately didn't think. I thought, at some point, I mean, fuck, I thought Frank Martin was going to be able to do something, and if maybe he did at the very beginning, but he eventually got caught. And I thought Roach was going down that same path. It's like, all right, at some point, he's going to get caught. Didn't happen, so that was pretty impressive. But I don't know. It's kind of the same thing. It's he's got to fight perfect for 36 minutes against Pitbull, because if not, Pitbull's gonna crack him, and I don't know if he can take a Pitbull punch. I mean, he probably can. He's a big dude. I mean, the Roach is a solid guy. It's not like he can't take a good punch, but I'm not sure if he's been in the ring with anybody as wild as Pitbull Cruz that kind of throws those kind of punches. And Pitbull's got some pretty good cardio. Like some pretty killer cardio, actually. That dude throws and throws and throws, and it's like, damn, this motherfucker. I mean, that is one of the most accurate nicknames I think I've heard in a long fucking time. Like, he just keeps coming at you, and it doesn't fucking stop. So, intriguing fight nonetheless. But I'll side with Pitbull on this one. I gotta support my fellow Latino guys. All right, well, to finish off the show, I figured I had one last one here that's kind of a funny one, not really so serious, but I recently saw a clip of one Oscar de la Hoya offering Canelo some sort of advice. Unwarranted advice, quite frankly, but after his most recent loss to Terence Crawford, Canelo I'm talking about, I saw a quick clip of Oscar de la Hoya online saying, you know what, man, you should probably get a new trainer. It's like, hey, Canelo, yeah, man, you get a trainer, guy. So he's probably thinking maybe he can benefit from a new trainer, a fresh approach, someone who's going to teach him some sort of different strategies. He named Ronnie Shields, maybe somebody of that nature to do that. He's been with the Reynosos his whole career, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, I mean, he brought him to the dance, right, and brought him to this cash cow that he has become for professional boxing. Seems kind of wrong to let them go. I think he's gone as far as he can go. I'm not sure if he really can go any further, even with another trainer. I don't think so. I mean, there's no point in doing that now. That is a common thing. We've seen it with who was it? Deontay Wilder. I mean, even De La Hoya himself at some point left his old peeps and went with Floyd Senior. What's his name? Alcazar, I think, the guy who he had before.
Robert
right?
Alcazar.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's not uncommon by any stretch, but there are guys who have been with the same people their whole careers. I think Porter had his dad the whole time, right? I think Trinidad had, I think, his pops the whole time too.
Lomachenko.
Oh yeah, Loma, exactly. So they don't, they're, I mean, maybe it's just because it's family member, I don't know, but it's definitely very possible to reach the heights with the same team. I think even AJ switched it around. Andy Ruiz, same thing. They lose or they reach the pinnacle and they're like, all right, time to switch out the trainer for whatever fuck reason. So Oscar's suggestion is, hey man, you should probably get a new trainer at this point. Teach you something different, teach you some footwork, yada 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 yada. I don't know. It seems a little unnecessary at this point. I mean, we are talking about 2 more fights potentially that Canelo has with Turki Al-Sheikh. So I think it's a little too late for that. I don't think. I mean, if that was ever the case, maybe you should have done it years ago. But he did it, and at this point, seems kind of useless. But yeah, what do you think of that kind of advice? I mean, is that really warranted? I mean, again, De La Hoya, he will say whatever the fuck comes to his mind, really. And if it's something to do with Canelo, he's going to try to one way or another give him some sort of backhanded compliment. But yeah, I don't know. Is it really necessary at this point to maybe search or seek out another trainer?
It was totally Oscar just poking at both of them. He's 34 years old. The flaws that he had in the Terence Crawford fight, he had in the Floyd Mayweather fight. So nothing changed in, the 10 years that were in between those 2 bouts. What changed were the opponents. They all got light skinner. He went with them light skinned babies. I don't know about that baby.
I don't want another one of those kind of babies.
He's Caucasus from the mountains of Caucasus. How does he say it? Oh my God! You know that who did that one? Oh man, what's his name? The guy that busted everyone out, the comedian, Cat Williams.
Oh, Cat Williams, yeah, okay.
Whose white baby is that? He goes, I know that baby's mine, but I don't know about that baby. Yeah. That's a white baby. That was Canelo. Canelo got a little bit whiter. So, anyways, we all know what it was, you guys. No, Oscar's poking fun. He's 34 fucking years old. The guy's on his way out. He's been fighting since he was 15. What do you want him to do? His best days were with De La Hoya. Unfortunately, his best days was the beating of Triple G in the first 2 fights, the win over Miguel Cotto, the fight with Floyd Mayweather, the event. These are his best days. Caleb Plant, fucking who's the Billy Joe?
Oh, Saunders.
Saunders.
Yeah. Callum Smith.
Come on, these are not his best days. These are not his peak. DAZN will try to act like that was. Oh, he just won 3 titles and 3. But those are nowhere comparable to the names that he had under Golden Boy. So those are his best days. This shit got easier.
Could that be because of the lack of names? I mean, like, kind of had no other choice. No, I mean, like, those were the champions regardless. It's like, well, who the fuck else am I going to fucking fight if it's not the champions of these weight classes?
Well, I think we all know that he was fighting out of his weight division. So he probably should never have left middleweights. He probably should have fought in Triple G a lot earlier than what he did. He probably should have fought in Charlo. Even though Charlo's all hot air, he was undefeated for a long time. What about that other young man that went to his press conference? And these dark skin.
Oh,
Andrade. You know,
yeah.
these dark-skinned babies.
Android, whatever.
I'm not trying to be racist. You know what I'm saying, you guys.
Yeah,
the American boxer.
The dark complexion guy.
Yeah, the American. But hey, let me talk to. You know who know what I'm talking about? Our boy Turkey Ali. Turkey knows. He's like, yes, you need a black champion. He knows what he's talking. You need a black guy. Black champion is what he's talking. He knows what I'm talking about.
That's probably one of the conversations they had. They're like, no, Turkey, no. Like, no, yes, you need a black opponent. Yes. No, Turkey, no more of that, please. It's like, we'll have the Terence Crawford. Fuck, okay, fine. 50 million, 150 million. Okay, I'll do it for other than 50 million.
So even that Andrade guy might have deserved a shot or two. I think he was a champion twice following Canelo. Yeah. I'm just saying, there was other guys, but Lara might deserve a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? When Floyd had a controversial fight, Floyd fought the guy in like 6 months. He didn't move a division and never look at the guy again, right? I think. Yeah, he would just avoid him.
Unless it was Oscar.
He just would avoid him. Oh, yeah, unless it was Oscar. That's when my brain was like, Andrew, you stupid fuck. I say it all the time. Good job. Thank you.
Yeah. But everybody else not named Oscar.
Yeah. So no, I do not think Canelo needs another trainer. I think Canelo needs 2 fights. Canelo needs 2 fights to say goodbye. Right? If he wants that to be hard goodbye fights, well, then give him hard guys, pay him a lot of money, and he'll be on his way out anyways. Or if he wants 2 easy fights, you pay him minimum money and let him go on his way. He deserves either exit that he wants.
Interesting. Yeah, that seemed a little kind of underhanded from De La Hoya. So I kind of figured that was the case.
Definitely.
Like, really, dude. Like, this is what you have right now. I mean, the dude's literally at the end of his career. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do, really?
Oscar wasn't loyal to anyone. Oscar is not even loyal to his mother. You have to remember, Oscar gave a gold medal to his mom and then gave it to his promoter. His mom died before the Olympics, bro. So he took it off of her grave. You know? That's like what he did. You know what I mean? When she didn't make it to see you win it. You dedicate the darn thing to her. You win it for her. Then you go, I don't know. Wait a minute, Mom. This guy's giving me a lot of money.
Yeah. This former lawyer of a guy. He's signing me.
Loyal. And then what he says about her. I got a video of Oscar saying his mom doesn't even love him today. That's a big ass one. What do you call it? 160? Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
Or 180.
180.
180. Yeah. There's a big ass 180 there. You went from dedicating your whole fucking boxing life to her to being like, you know, that woman didn't even love me. Did I ever tell you guys that?
He's over here, like, you know, tear down at the Olympics, like, oh, Mom, to like, she used to whoop me ass with a fucking broom. Like, what the fuck kind of love is that for a kid?
Bob loved me. You ever see $1 million check?
Have you seen the check that he signed for me that one time?
So loyalty is something that he did not have. Gil Clancy, I believe that's the trainer's name that he had. Emmanuel Stewart, Robert Alcazar, Joe Guzin, Floyd Senior. I think it was Floyd Senior. I don't think he was with Joe. I think that was the guy I was thinking about. Floyd. He's been with many freaking trainers, bro. Come on.
Roach? Did he have Roach too at one point?
I think he might have at the end. Yeah, I think you are right.
And then did he have Berenstain too, or am I tripping? Or maybe I'm forgetting. I'm just I don't remember if he had it.
Dude, the shitload of trainers that man had. So yeah, I wouldn't take any advice for Oscar and just blame it on your trainer is Oscar's thing. You know what I mean? Did I look bad?
Yeah, I didn't run in those last three rounds with Trinidad. It was my trainer who told me to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, that pretty much does it, yo. I mean, that was all the news we were able to stretch out here for you guys because there was some news, of course. But as I mentioned, even though there's not much action in the ring, there's always some sort of news outside of the ring, which is what we like to bring to you as well. A brief reminder, yes, I will not be here this weekend. I will be in Salem, Massachusetts. So we will be back Wednesday to record on Wednesday. So I anticipate that. And as I mentioned before, we are rapidly approaching October, about a month away. We're going to have Thurman and Fundora. So anticipate some sort of footage for me, some sort of coverage, because I will be attending some of these events. So make sure to stay tuned to our YouTube channel. And another very, very heartfelt thank you for the slowly but surely climbing subscriber count that we have on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share all the good stuff, because we like hearing from you guys, and we love the fact that even though I don't know if you ever noticed this, Andrew, if you look at our analytics, but we actually have 12% listeners are women. I never knew that. I pulled it up on my phone, and I was like, "Oh shit! Wow, really? That's what it is." It just happened to pop up. I was like, "Fuck! I didn't know." They're always
That's
sending me.
because of you, Miguel.
It's what?
That's because of you.
Oh, geez, yeah, I'm sure that's
I'm just a married old man, dude. Don't tell me. I don't even want that stat. Don't even tell my wife that stat, bro.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh shit! What? I didn't know." It never even dawned on me until the fucking notice came up on my phone. But anyway, thank you to everybody. By all means, continue subscribing and sharing, because we love talking to you guys about this. But that will do it. We will be back once more next Wednesday, so we appreciate you guys' patience. That is going to do it for us tonight. For my co-host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapiche. I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, a.k.a. Fight Fiend Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Enjoy your work week. We will see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.